Alright, part 2. So on the next one, we'll go to the mushroom field, and so each user has their own mushroom field. And you create it, and then for them, it manages its collection through a array, and it creates, this is a random, it creates all the mushrooms as well as the poison mushrooms. And so there are two types of mushrooms, regular and poison. And you create it, creates the poison, and then the centipede has some special create mushrooms because so it can split properly. And there's some conversion functions, and then that's for the damaged mushrooms. And then here's a check mushroom function. So if there's, so the no mushroom is like the default case, and then if you can check if there's a poison mushroom or a regular mushroom. And then this is for the scorpion. It poisons the mushroom. It basically deletes or destroys a regular mushroom and then regenerates a poison one in its place. And that's for the spider, the destroy mushroom. And then this is for the regeneration, and so it adds the sorted mushroom that was damaged to, it's a double linked list when it's damaged, and then if it gets destroyed, it gets removed from that list. And then for the regeneration of the mushrooms, here we go. So it starts at the beginning, and then the mushroom repairs itself, and then after that it's observer pattern, so it'll send a signal back after it's done repairing. And so you remove it from the front of the list, then you're gonna, so then the head will be pointing to the next one, and then you start all over again. And so it'll go down until the head is null and there's no more mushrooms that need to be regenerated. And I did not get to the blocking with the high score, but if I did, I would just add another mushroom type, like block mushroom, and then, you know, the display I'd probably create an object, the letters may be objects, and they would be placed on the mushroom field, and they'd be connected also. And so when you check for a mushroom, if it was a block mushroom, it would act the same as a regular one. And so game modes, you just have the tractor mode and the play mode. And I didn't get to the high scores, as I said. And so when you run the game in the tractor mode, it starts off, here's my great AI, very jittery. It runs normally, and as you can see, the blaster is in AI mode, NPC mode, and then if you press 2, you're gonna go into a player mode, and so then it'll go in waves, and then after it dies 3 times, it'll go back to a tractor mode. So I'll show that now. My spider. I'll just get, there's my spider. So I lost 1 life, and then spider went back. Oh, here we go. Alright, and then 1 more life, and then once you lose this final life, it'll go back to attractor mode. And get a fleet. Oh no, go away. Here we go. And so then resets, and now it's back in attractor mode with the sound off and everything. And so then we'll go back to player mode, press 2. And alright. One more time and you'll see the full cycle going on here. And it goes back to attractor mode, no sounds. And then we can repeat the process. If you want to, over and over again, you'd start off with 3 lives. And then you can see the scoring is on the upper left, and it works on when you do a body, and then the head is 100, and then the spider is just set to 300. I didn't do the distance. Alright. And then it goes back to attractor mode. Alright. You exit out. Alright, and then we'll go on, and so we'll do the waves. And the wave data, so I got 5 waves set up right now, and end of waves being detected. So the creature spawner is going to keep track of the number of heads, the active centipede heads. And so whenever it spawns a solo centipede head or a centipede, it'll add that up, and then on the centipede destroy, so on the centipede destroying the destroy function, the active centipede heads goes down by 1. And then when it's created, it increments it by 1. And so whenever it's down, when it decrements, that's when it checks if the end of the wave happens. And when you end the wave, then you're gonna change the wave. And so when you change the wave, it's going to change wave. It's going to cancel all alarms, all the spawners, and then it's going to, if there's still more waves to be loaded, it's going to load the next wave. And then if there's not any more waves, so say I'm on the 5th wave and I defeat it, then it'll just stay on the 5th wave and continue that rotation, or that spawning out that current wave. And then it loads the creature spawner to set all that data, and then it starts the wave again. And so it sets alarms for the spawners. It spawns the centipede heads, and then it spawns the centipede. And so I'll get some 3+ waves with the correct parameters. So you kind of saw some of the stuff, so I won't spawn any of the creatures, and we'll make this kind of short. So that's going to be 2 length. That's going to be, we'll say 3 with a flea present, and then wave 3 will have 5 length. We'll have a flea, and then we'll have the scorpion. We'll add the spider into. Alright. So tractor mode, yay. Alright, so the body length is 3, as you can tell. It changed. There's not going to be any other creatures going. Alright, let's see if I can get this. Alright, so then that was the end of that wave, and then begins a new one. And so we had 1 solo centipede head spawn, and to make like the spawn it come through the top like it does in the game, I'd probably I'd add another state that's like initializer state, and so it'll have that initializer movement the same as, because my centipede's on a state machine. And so once you defeat this one, and then the flea's present, there we go, that's where it is. Woo! Alright, so yay, 3rd wave. We got a big long one. So, after, we got all 3, that's right. And so after all the centipede heads, so I'll try and split it. So then it's split, so there's 2, so we gotta defeat all of those for the next wave to spawn. Ooh. Oh. And then so it's gonna restart on the 3rd wave, as you see, from where you left off. So it doesn't change the wave when you get destroyed. I just gotta get this one. And alright, so the next wave, we're on 4. And I put the waves, oh boy. Oh no, I did. Alright. And so yeah, and as far as the scoring system, as you can see, the attractor mode doesn't do it because there's a strategy pattern, but the player does show the score in the upper left. Oh, and as I said, I did not implement the high score. If I were, though, to do so, I'd make a linked list of, and then it'd read an ordered linked list, and it'd read each line of the high scores and then display them. And then at the end, it would insert a new one based on it, and then pick out the last one, and then like fprint to the file. I'll go on to the next part.